Monday Night Live 25. Hello, Warren. How are you?
Good, thanks, Ben.
Late
edition.
The late edition. We had a slight audio issue, so I hope everyone can hear me and Warren pretty well. So,
yep.
So welcome everyone. It's good to see everyone here. We've got some. Only got a few people watching at the moment while people catch up with what's happening. Because we had we've actually switched posts, so we're not on the original post, but we've only got the three of us here at the moment. Oh no, we've got a stack more there now. So what's been happening, Warren? What's been doing?
I don't know. I was going to ask you that. I've been
busy.
Yeah, I've been busy. I've been doing a bit of detecting here and there.
Yep.
Went up to Mackay last weekend.
Yeah, you did
the show in Mackay.
You did a camping
met
show.
Some good people.
Nicole and Brett.
Brett and Nicole.
Yep.
Talked to a few people who'd been to Claremont and Fangold, and a lot of people who hadn't.
Yeah, that's the old Goldfield story, isn't
right.
it? You know, there's good gold stories, and
there's and they're all stories, because there's plenty of stories that are just okay, right, sure,
yeah.
But I mean, those new GPAs, West Baringan and Former West, are now open to the public. But my comment on that is it's open to the honest public, because they've been detected for years.
Yeah.
Well, that Blair Athol, like, there's been plenty of fence jumping going on, so.
Yeah.
But there's some gold coming out of there.
And I hear there's good, in places there's good gold.
Yeah, we had a friend went up there in 2 days, she got 6 pieces. So that's not too shabby. They're only little fly specks, but that's good. Goes home happy.
You'd do that every week. If you could do that every day, you'd be happy days.
Yeah.
So,
and the thing about Mackay's, North Queensland, Central Queensland, all those old ghost towns, there's so much potential for relics too up that way.
Yeah.
Not just the goldfields, all the old tin mines up through the ranges and that sort of stuff.
Yeah, and you never know that, you might snag a little nugget in those tin mining areas, sort of thing. So.
That's the same in the copper mines and the coal, obviously there's a lot of coal there.
Yeah.
All that sedimentary stuff, that's where the gold is.
Yeah.
Exactly. And gold's always a byproduct of a copper mine.
Yeah.
And tin mining, like you say, you ping a nugget every now and then.
Yeah, exactly.
And you see, I mean, there's people ping platinum nuggets now and then, and there's all sorts of metals out there.
Yeah. And those platinum nuggets, they're worth a few bucks.
Oh yeah, I know. That's even heavier than gold.
Yeah. So for those that don't know, I'm Ben from Gold Diggers. Warren's got the world's greatest YouTube channel. It's NQ Explorers. That's the little logo up there above our heads.
Yep.
So, and we've got a big push on at the moment to get to 10,000 subscribers.
I've got a video coming. I'll have a video up tomorrow night. Probably I do them every fortnight, every Tuesday night if I can.
Yep.
So we're going to have a big giveaway as we approach 10,000.
Are we? What is a machine?
Oh, it could be.
Could. Well,
it'll be better than a cheese pie.
Better than
cheese pie. That was It'll be better than that.
Yeah. So
I just got to work at the format of how we're going to do that giveaway, and obviously the aim is to get subscribers, so you got to be subscribed.
So we might have to lend you the randomizer.
The randomizer.
Yeah.
I don't know. Is it mobile? Like it's got.
Oh.
It's steam driven.
Steam driven. Yeah. She'd be slow to
probably be able to drive it out there somewhere.
Yep. So tonight's prize, you need to share the prize, share this live stream. To win the prize. Tonight's live stream, we're actually giving away a metal detector tonight, Ace 200, fantastic little machine from Garrett, of course.
Coin magnet, that
thing. And it's a real good little machine for relics and that sort of thing. So tonight we're going to catch up a bit with what's going on, what's been happening around the traps. I had an interesting weekend. I had a full weekend of. I was at the Mount Gravatt Gem Show.
Oh, okay.
On Saturday. Just an amazing little...
I love gem shows.
Oh, and they're good people.
They're
good, honest...
They're just like prospectors, outdoor people.
Yeah, exactly.
And some of those gem specimens you see. I mean, this is the greatest country in the world for prospecting.
I don't know how... nature's just amazing, isn't it? The way it can do that, put that colour into those things.
Some of the stuff's incredible.
Yeah.
And it's all over the place. Every state's got gem fields.
Absolutely, yeah. So...
and then you went to the Gold Coast yesterday, didn't you?
I went to the Gold Coast yesterday, and we had a good day down there with the Gold Coast Metal Detecting Club. There's about, 30 people down there. and it was a really good day. Really, I enjoyed myself down there. This is the gem show, Mount Gravatt Gem Show.
Oh, okay.
Lots of tailgaters. There must have been 40 or 50 tailgaters.
Yeah.
And just, you would believe the stuff that's there. It's just incredible.
You can pick up some nice bits of jewellery, gemstones.
And everything from rough stones. There was a trailer there. You just pick through it.
Yeah.
To faceted stuff and real high-end faceted diamonds and all that sort of stuff.
And of course, next year,
Rockamama.
National Gem Fest is in Queensland, Rockhampton.
Yeah.
At Easter 2019.
Is that called Rockarama?
No, it's not. Isn't it called National Gem Fest?
I don't know.
We should know our facts before we
should, yeah.
But now Rockarama is the one that's held in Palmer in South Australia by the Murraylands Club. But the National Gem Fest is held in a different state every year. So 2019, if you're a Queenslander, it's in Rocky. Or even if you're not a Queenslander, it's still in Rocky.
It's in Rocky.
Regardless
of where.
And then 2020, let's get right ahead of ourselves here. 2020, it's in Albury.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Wodonga.
And most people travel around to these shows. They're good. The thing is, I went to one in Horsham about 3 years ago.
We should go to the one in Rocky.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm getting at, because at Horsham they had a metal detecting competition.
Oh, cool.
I don't know if they had it this year.
Yeah.
It might have been in Lithgow or something. No, it wasn't Lithgow.
Yeah.
I don't remember where it was this year. I didn't go. But that was associated, because they're closely allied outdoor pursuits.
Yeah.
And a lot of gem hounds, rock hounds are metal detectorists, and vice versa.
Yeah.
We all pick up pretty rocks.
And it is the same people.
It is the same people. They're like-minded people.
Yeah, exactly.
We're all affected by the same fossicking laws and licences and everything.
I thought you were going to go to disease. The same.
No, I think it's a disease. We're all affected by the same diseases. We are, actually. But
the same addiction.
It is a disease.
Yeah.
But good people, and they're really good shows, and you can get some nice trinkets and baubles for your loved ones.
Yes, and that was Sunday down at the Gold Coast. We had a really, really good day with the Gold Coast Metal Detecting Club. Oh, right. Amazing finds down there. Gold rings came out. There was about 30 detectives, I suppose.
Yeah.
Gold ring came out. There was even I think it would be like a bearing cap, a little round bearing cap off a Rolls Royce.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, it's fantastic. Like,
how did that get on the beach?
I don't know. I don't know whether
someone's throwing their roller into the water.
No, I think we were on the park, right? And I think it was off in the bush a bit where someone had, parked their car and it had come off or knocked off or something or other.
Oh, there's a few limos kicking around the Goldie.
Yeah. But this looked like an really old job. So yeah.
What's Graham says thanks for the 300i. Was that?
Yep, we sorted it out through the week for him.
Johnny, what's your coffee cup?
Speaking of coffee cups, I've got a Gold Diggers coffee cup. We'll be getting some Gold Digger coffee cups, and I'll give a few of them away. We haven't quite got them here, but I have a Colleen sitting here as well, off camera, of course. But I have a present for both of you, actually.
Oh.
So
I wonder what it is.
Well, since we're talking. There's that one. Sorry, reach across here. So,
so this is there's only 3 of these in existence.
Well, no, there's only 2 of those in existence.
Oh, it's an NQ Explorers one. What the heck?
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so
isn't that nice? That's a really nice gesture.
That's not from me. I'd like to claim it.
Okay, well, who am I thanking?
Yeah. You better thank Young Guns.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the Young Guns sent that down.
Mick and the boys.
Yep. And that's where mine ended up coming from too.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And I got a Garrett logo on the other side.
Yeah, the 50-year one.
I love it.
Yeah.
Good cup of tea in that too.
Yeah.
Go down with the pie really well. Thanks, Mick.
Yeah, that's awesome. So, yes.
Bit unlike you to be pulling out surprises like that.
I know. I like to do that occasionally.
Yeah.
So,
that's awesome. So we'll have to be using that in the bush now.
Yeah.
That'll be our tea break with the NQ Explorers Cup.
Absolutely, yeah.
Someone just asked about the Warwick weekend. So on Sunday...
Absolutely.
Sunday we're going to be in Warwick at the Puddler.
We are.
Jurakai State Forest.
Yes, which is 35 kilometres west of Warwick. The post for it will go up tomorrow. I will be spreading it around everybody's news feed, so you will get inundated with it. But if you could share it, that'd be great to
Right.
get the name out there,
Yep.
get what we're doing out there.
So basically, it's a Garrett Day, but any brand of detectives
absolutely.
welcome.
Anyone's welcome.
Just want to come and talk about prospecting or relic hunting
or how to
panning and
set a machine up in highly mineralised ground.
which is what that is.
Yeah, and it's super highly mineralised.
It's a great place to take a machine if you've never been prospecting and experience that.
Yeah, because it's got all those complicated, the ironstone, the clay
And
layers,
it's variable and there's hot rocks.
yeah.
So it's going to set you up for anywhere in Australia, really.
Yeah, and there's always this discussion about who's got the hottest ground.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
Warwick has got some of the hottest ground kicking
Oh.
around. Like yeah,
Well, I know it's not the Americans. That's my first statement.
yeah,
Because I've prospected in California and Arizona, and I mean they're going to have hot areas and they get hot rocks, but nothing like Australian mineralisation is insane.
yeah. It's crazy.
And there's plenty of places where, like Victoria's got some really hot spots, especially Bendigo on the northern side of the ranges.
Yep.
But I've found gold there around Ballarat where the mineralisation is high, but it's consistent. So it's never an issue.
Yeah.
Because your machine's nice and quiet.
Yeah.
There's no variation.
Yeah.
And you can ground balance once and you're away.
Yeah.
I'm talking about with a pulse machine.
Yeah.
But you'd still be able to run a VLF, a high-end VLF, like a Max or a Gold or a Gold Monster in there.
Yep.
Because you're not worried about all sorts of weird audio with false signals and, you know what I mean?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Whereas
if
Warwick,
it's stable,
Warwick
it's
just
sweet.
and don't worry, Claremont's nice and hot too for a VLF.
yeah, and variable.
Yeah, variable.
Yeah, yeah. So, well, that's fantastic. Tony asked, are we still doing a Friday night show? No, we've switched it to Monday night. So this is Monday night.
This is the Friday night show.
This is the Friday night show.
It nearly was Friday by the time you got everything sorted out.
Thanks very much, mate.
Yeah.
Yeah, stick it to me. Why don't you?
Yeah.
And
It was going to be nearly Tuesday morning, like.
and I would like to apologise, not to Warren, but to everyone else,
Yeah.
that I keep saying Friday Night Live
Yeah, I know.
on the shows. And it's like,
Oh.
you know, I've been chipped about
Colleen
that,
says
and
thanks for the coffee cup, Young Gun.
Yeah.
We could have Colleen appear on camera if you really want to see her here.
Well, anything's possible.
Yeah.
So, but yes, so that's really good of the young guys.
Oh, this is good news. Michael found an 1829 gold sovereign. Nice one.
Michael, which Michael's that?
Oh, he's going to put a picture up later.
Okay.
Oh, beautiful, Michael.
Well done,
We'd love
mate.
to see
That's
that.
awesome.
Yeah.
That's like the holy grail of metal detecting.
It is a phenomenal result.
Yeah.
Um,
And
So-
Richard, do earmuffs? You mean headphones? I guess you
yeah.
mean.
Yeah.
They do, yes, but it's a very personal thing if you wear headphones. But some place you have to.
Yeah.
Like even in the bush, if you get like Durakai, for example, you get a big wind in the trees, you get a lot of background audio.
Yeah. 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 And it's just that. Like I wear them when it's cold.
Yeah.
Keeps my ears warm.
They are earmuffs then.
Yeah. Yeah. And
But the thing is about headphones is general prospecting. I don't use them a real lot because
people will come on here right now and say you're missing targets.
you're missing targets.
Yeah.
But like if I'm working an area where I know if I'm on a patch of gold and I know I'm getting gold,
And it's fine gold.
and then you'll put your headphones on
Yeah.
and you'll be listen for that tiny little variation.
Yeah.
To me, realistically, if you're detecting through the bush on top of leaf litter and stuff,
Yeah.
it is a good idea to wear headphones because you do lose a lot of audio.
Yeah.
But that all comes down to what machine you're using too, because some of the speakers on the machines are in weird places.
Yeah. And some speakers some sounds are better to hear than others.
They are.
You know, some of
But
the.
you know what I mean? Like some machines, like the speaker will be off to the side, away from you, and some machines the speaker faces back. I'm talking about if you're not using
Yeah.
headphones.
Yeah.
Like on the Garrett, the AT Gold and the Max is down.
Yeah.
The ATX is out the back. I think an STC's out the side.
Yeah.
So it matter if you're left or right-handed, it makes a difference
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
because you're not getting the audio.
Yeah.
And then of course everyone's ears are different on both sides.
Yeah, yeah.
So with a good quality headphones, you can adjust your
Yeah.
each
Exactly.
side.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. So there's been some good finds lately. The guy at someone found 5 sovereigns.
5 sovereigns out there at Mudgee.
Wow. That's
That's just sensational. I just
that's
love seeing
almost
it.
unheard of.
It's unheard of. I've never heard of it.
No.
That's why it's unheard of.
Yeah.
But
Because you're the defining
Yeah,
thing.
if I haven't heard of it, it
Yeah,
didn't happen.
It didn't happen. Yeah, exactly.
we haven't even started talking about Lassiter yet.
Yeah. Yeah, we
But,
might get to that.
That's just fantastic. I love seeing those kind of. That's a treasure story.
See, we were talking about cups
Yeah.
there before. And Warren came up with a great idea that we need bobbleheads.
Yeah, bobbleheads.
Someone else has come up with the idea.
Jim Q.
Gem Q's come up with the
Oh,
idea
great.
we need bobbleheads.
Warren and Ben and Colleen bobbleheads. I don't want to put the Star Wars universe to shame. You know what I mean?
I think it'd be more a thing of Freddy Krueger, Nightmare style.
Yeah, great idea.
So
Well, I'm sure we'd sell thousands of those.
I think we'd be giving them away, to be honest. Yeah.
To the family.
Yeah. There's a bit of ridiculous bobblehead.
Okay, Andrew wants to know what time will the flags be at Warwick? They're out there now, mate. Go.
Yeah.
No, they're not out there yet.
I plan
We'll be out early.
I plan to be out there. I reckon by 8 o'clock those flags will be up. People are out there a lot earlier.
Yeah, some people were. Yeah, they were.
Like
They
I
were
got-
before us.
I think I got out there I was out there at 5:30 last time, and there was 3 or 4 people there ready to go then. So, but yeah, really
It's still
8:30.
dark at 5:30.
Yeah, exactly. But for those of you that are going out early, right? So it's at Jurakai State Forest. You go in the first gate, the Hubcap gate, and you go. It's only about 1 kilometre in, and it's you'll see a bit of a turnaround area
On a
there,
creek.
on the edge of the creek. That's where we'll be.
Actually, last time I was out there, that gate was closed for some reason. I think they had cattle in that paddock.
Yeah. Quite often you might have to
Yeah,
open
yeah.
and close the gate, but just
So the gate may be shut, but
yeah,
make
just
sure you
come
shut
through
it.
it. Yeah.
we don't want
yeah.
cattle all over the Cunningham Highway.
No. So so that's next week. I'll put all those directions and stuff up on I'll have a mud map on my post that I'll
Okay.
do in the morning. So
You want Ray White wants to know which AT do I think is the best machine. That's conditional. I mean, the AT Max is a combo of the two, of the Gold and the Pro. But as we've discussed before, it is really hard to walk past. If you're just into relics, it's really hard to walk past a Pro. It's such a good machine.
yeah,
Like it's just so easy to use. It's got so many modes.
I think that the Pro and the Max are the two
Yeah.
machines.
And if you run a Nell coil on one of those machines, you run a Nell on a Pro,
Yeah,
the depth and sensitivity you get
yeah,
is amazing.
yeah. And I really think if you're into relics,
Yeah,
it's hard to go past that Pro.
Yeah.
with a Nell coil on it.
yeah. And Nell makes, and even the little snake's not bad.
Yeah.
Like, it's
Yeah.
good. It's a little bit heavy, but
Yeah, and
For
then
size.
the Max. I like the Max out in the goldfields. So,
the Max has just got so much more grunt. You get a lot more depth from a Max because it's putting more power to the coil.
but the Pros,
The Pro's just a very, very good relic machine.
and I like the sound of the Pro.
Yeah,
The
and
noise.
audio's good.
Yeah.
It's got the runs on the board.
Yeah,
Then again, I mean, the Max has got the volume control that we all asked for.
yeah,
Actually, it was interesting with the Max because when Garrett released the Max last April, it didn't have volume control. Or wasn't released, pre-release, it didn't have a volume control.
yeah,
And one of the reasons it was delayed slightly was we all asked for volume control.
Yeah.
And Garrett said, okay, we'll put one on it.
Yeah.
And that's what happened.
Yeah.
Which is pretty awesome, but it delayed the release. But
Yeah.
it's just a really all-round great detector.
yeah. So Judy here would love to come out with us, but she's in Tasmania.
Okay.
Weren't you in?
Yeah, I was in Tasmania, Judy, a couple of weeks ago. You should
How
have.
do you get around the place? Don't
Yeah, I
you?
do. I did a lap of Tassie.
Yep.
Found some good stuff, actually.
Yep.
And, Jesus, some good cunt. I like, for gold.
So where did you go?
Well, I did the whole state. Did the lot.
Yeah.
No, I was only there a
What
week.
did you do the next day?
Yeah, okay. Yeah, no. Flew home. No, so I started in Hobart and I went up the East Coast, detected a couple of relic sites, and then I went up to some old tin mines. I was actually after some Chinese relics, which I found.
Yep. Good.
Beautiful country. And Tasmania, like the mining history in Tasmania is the same as the rest of the country.
Yeah.
Mining made Tasmania.
Yeah.
Ironically, now Tasmania is the greenest state in the Commonwealth, and it's very hard to get anything done down there.
Yeah.
They've got public fossicking areas, but not one is for gold. There's plenty of gemstone ones, but none for gold.
Oh, really?
There's lots of gold down the Savage River. I've seen nuggets come out of the Savage River down that way on the west coast.
Yeah.
beautiful country, but it's dense, cold rainforest. Like it's hard going.
Yeah.
Because it's all whatever the old timers cleared, it's all grown back now.
Yeah.
Then I went to a couple of the old Emu Bay Railway ghost towns and found some good relics there.
Awesome.
So there's so much stuff in Tasmania. Like it's just, and there's some great old historical books I picked up, out of print books on ghost towns down there.
Oh, really?
Like for a relic hunter in Tasmania, and even for a prospector, there's gold in Tasmania. Don't worry about that.
Yeah. That's awesome. And did you bring some finds with you?
Yeah, I bought this was a difficult find to get back to Queensland.
Where did this come from?
This came from an Emu Bay Railway junction town.
Well, look at that. What is that?
It's Colt 45.
Colt 45.
No, it's a Ned Kelly. It's a Ned Kelly cap gun. I think it dates from the 20s. That's complete. I won't show you the fact that the barrels actually comes off. It came out of the ground in 2 pieces. I didn't do that. It's still got the hammer for the caps and it's still got the trigger. When that came out of the ground, I thought I actually found a pistol because it was an 1870s town.
Yeah.
And then I saw it had Ned Kelly over it, and I thought, it's interesting. Old Ned's been to Tasmania.
Yeah.
Left his gun behind.
Yeah.
But that's not what happened. So I think these were made by the Pope lawnmowers in Adelaide.
Oh, really?
Pope made these toys for kids. It's cast aluminium or something.
Yeah.
Beautiful bit of it's a beautiful bit of Australiana.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the kind of great relics you can find in this hobby. But Qantas don't like that sort of thing, I found out. And Australia Post don't like that sort of thing.
Oh, really?
Australia Post didn't want anything to do with it. They said if you put that through the postal system, it'll get to a scanner in Sydney and they'll just confiscate it and destroy it as a weapon.
So how'd you get that?
I had to send it on a courier, on a truck, and you understand me, well, how did the truck get across Bass Strait? Well, the truck came on the ferry, so it took a while to get here, but I was nearly at the stage I was going to have to strike back into the bush, which I didn't want to do.
Really?
That was pretty exciting find. But
that's awesome.
I went to Hobart Airport the day before. I said, look, I don't want to upset anyone, but I've got something you mightn't like to take on the aeroplane. And she said, don't even think about bringing that to the airport. So
did you put? So you went in there the day before and pulled it out?
No, I didn't bring it in. No, I didn't do that. I said, look, I want to say something here that could be controversial. I said, I don't know how to say it, but I've got a gun. Yeah.
You at the?
I was at the Qantas counter.
Qantas counter.
Yeah, I said I'm flying to Brisbane tomorrow. I've got a relic that I've dug up. It's a toy, but it's a replica. I said I had to choose my words very carefully. It's a replica toy pistol.
Cap gun.
She said, do you mean a gun? I said, yeah, I mean a gun. She said, I suggest you don't come back to the airport with the gun in your luggage. So I thought, it took me hours to get rid of the thing onto a truck because Australia Post, they said, you need a licence for that. I said, oh, what, a licence for a toy? I said, no, you need a gun licence.
A busted toy?
A busted toy. He said, you need a gun licence, mate. I said, oh, look, I don't think I do. But, I can understand how the Tasmanians are sensitive about guns.
Yeah.
I got it home in the end, but I didn't really want to leave a relic like that behind.
Oh, that's a great relic, that. Like,
I mean, look at it, it's bigger than a real, that's like a real gun.
Yeah. And, like, those sort of relics, they're just very, very rare.
They are. These are rare. I found parts of these guns before, but not the entire gun.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that's museum quality.
No.
But I've seen, I looked on eBay, and it wasn't eBay, it was a relic collecting forum, and one bloke was offering $1,600 for a Ned Kelly cap gun.
Yeah.
I assume it had to be in the box and everything. And, you know what I mean? But not in the ground for 100 years.
That's probably not.
That may not be museum quality.
Quality, yeah. You might not get.
Anyway, that's one of my Tasmanian relics. I've got some nice Chinese coins.
Yep.
That dated back to 1640.
Yep.
From the Chinese tin miners. So, you Tasmanians, you've got it all.
That's a good question that we could tie in with the Tassie thing. What's a projectile with 2 rings on the bottom?
Oh, that's okay. What calibre is it? It could be a Snider or a Martini Henry.
Yeah.
Probably a Snider.
Yep.
They're the gas expansion rings, but I think the early Sniders had cardboard cartridges, and then they were brass eventually. But he's talking about the projectile.
Yeah, the projectile.
I think they're .665. It's over half an inch. It's a big slug.
Yeah.
Like you got hit with that thing, you stopped. No, we've got a few in our collection. I mean, the Snider rifle, Martini, the Enfield Sniders were the choice of Australian prospectors. Everyone had them.
Yeah.
Awesome weapon.
Right, so.
Yeah, go on.
I'm Ben from Gold Diggers. This is Warren from NQ Explorers. Tonight we're giving away a Ace 200 machine. So you need to share this live stream to go into the prize. So feel free to do that. Yes, don't forget our Warwick trip next weekend. What else was I going to say?
There's a chance we might take that elsewhere eventually. The Warwick Day. I'm talking about a field day for metal detectorists.
Yep.
Not one that is not necessarily brand specific. Just people love going bush and talking about metal detecting.
Yeah. So we're having a really big push to get Warren's YouTube channel up to 10,000 subscribers. So if you can, go and don't do it now, of course. Do it in about half hour's time, but go on to Warren's.
So when we get close, there's going to be a big giveaway.
Yeah, and so make sure we subscribe to the YouTube channel. It helps Warren and Colleen stack with extra views and monetization, all that sort of stuff. So it would be a huge thing to help out with that. So, right, so I suppose we better talk a little bit.
You got to tie Lassiter off.
Yeah, well, last time, last week we talked about Lassiter and what had happened. Yeah, we just got a question come here that we're using a different mic. That was our technical issue that delayed us a little bit tonight. So we'll be.
So what's the audio like? Good? Is it okay? Is it hearable?
Yeah, well,
yeah, it must be okay.
Yeah,
everyone's hearing us. Okay.
Yeah. So
Lassiter, right, go on.
Yeah. So last week we sort of covered what he did, but then there's a whole stack of those conspiracy theories and what's happened later, and so there's a number of them, and we were having a chat beforehand about it. Like, there's a couple of things that I don't know whether I mentioned last week, and one you talked to me about on the phone today, is that he claimed a gold strike at, was it Canberra?
Mount Ainslie in Canberra,
Canberra,
where the TV tower is.
Yeah.
Probably right under the TV tower,
Yeah.
which wasn't there at the time,
Yeah.
but this is 1926 or something.
Yeah.
So he would have been in his, well, this is 4 years, it was about 4 or 5 years before the big expedition.
Exactly, yeah, and about, 6.
So anyway, he's claimed to have struck gold in a creek draining Mount Ainslie, which runs straight into Lake Burley Griffin.
Yeah.
And it turned out it was, what was it, copper filings or
brass?
It was
brass
a setup.
clippings.
It was just a scam.
Complete dodgy.
So like, there's all sorts of question marks over there after old mate.
Yeah. And if you get this DVD, right? I showed this last week. This Last of the Bones DVD. You haven't seen this yet, have you?
No.
This is one of the best DVDs kicking around on the subject, I think. And if you have a look at the extras in that, there's a guy there that talks about that Lassiter had his directions reversed. And instead of being 300 and something miles west of Alice, it was east of Alice. And he provides a pretty good argument that that's the case, and he's found a gold-bearing reef there.
Yeah, I don't understand why did Lassiter take the big expedition all the other way? I don't understand.
Well, I think he mucked it up. This is what the theory is.
Like he encoded his own coordinates and
and mucked it up. And
I just think, here's my tip, Bobsworth. This isn't necessarily the opinion of the sponsors or the show. But I don't doubt that the man found some gold. There's a few things to consider. One, he was 17 years old and he was in the middle of the desert by himself.
Yes. And crossing Australia.
He was crossing Australia, and I think he was on a juvenile. He was supposed to be going to juvie or something. They didn't call it juvie back then, but he was in some sort of trouble on the run from Queensland. I'm not saying a 17-year-old prospector doesn't know much about prospecting, but 17-year-old prospector doesn't know much. No, he found a gold reef. I don't doubt that, but there's just so many inconsistencies and anomalies in what happened after that.
Yeah.
I don't understand why it took him 30 years to
go back. Yeah. See, that's your theory, right?
That's right.
My theory is that he'd never been on that reef.
Oh, that's right. You were saying that earlier. That he didn't actually, he knew of the reef, but not of its location.
Yeah, I think that Johansen, there's a mysterious figure, Johansen, who he was meeting at Lake Christopher, and Johansen never showed up. And I think that's why, Lassiter only knew the general location of it, but didn't know, and that's why he ended up 150 k's north of where he should be and had to go south. That explains a lot
And,
of
and the expedition did their block and said, we're going. we've
yeah,
had
yeah,
enough
yeah,
of this
because we're
crap."
wandered around in circles here.
Yeah.
So I think that explains a lot of
Well,
what.
see, because at the start of the, like, if this was you or me, and you would stand to make a lot of money as the discoverer of the reef, because the government always, if you
Yeah.
discovered a new goldfield, the government always gave you
Yeah.
a big commission, and he could peg a bit of ground anyway.
Yeah.
So it stands to reason that if he wants to find it again, he's not trying to scam people into. So, you know, he didn't go out there not to find the reef again with this big expedition.
Yeah,
And like you said, he took them right at the start of this expedition. They said to him, "Okay, they had a surveyor with him.
yeah,
Give us the coordinates, we'll go straight there."
Yeah.
And he said, "No, if I tell you that now, you won't need me."
Yeah.
So either he's just a bit of a tool, or B,
Or a comment.
or a comment, or he didn't know where it was.
yeah,
Exactly.
yeah. So who knows? Like the whole story, it's one of the greatest
So it's a great myth of
mystery.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Like when I first put that up that we were doing Lassiter's story, I got negative comments. I got positive comments. It's like
Everyone's got an opinion on it. Like,
absolutely, it's just full on.
Yeah.
So look at this. Brett reckons we sound better than usual.
Do we look better than usual? That's the question.
Yeah, well, I can't.
Do
think-
we? So this new mic's an improvement.
Well, it's not actually a new
Well, this
mic.
old mic's an improvement.
I really hope not, because that's a. You know,
Right.
let's not compare the
No.
price of those two microphones.
No, you're right.
So we've got to shrink us down, have we?
Actually, he
We've
wants
got
to know if that's a dredge in the background, but you'll fill us in on what that is.
That is a picture of. It's actually more or less. It's a wash plant.
It's a wash plant.
So
Gold wash plant.
more or less, it's a high banker. It's
It's a
a
giant high banker.
giant high banker.
But those things, they're everywhere in Australia, those old bits of
Yeah,
infrastructure.
yeah. And how fantastic
Oh, it's
is
just
it to have
awesome.
it sitting there? So I'll try and so above there, that conveyor belt there. I don't think this is that old, really.
It's probably 1970s, do you
Yeah,
reckon?
yeah. That conveyor belt there above my head, that's the tailings.
Yeah, the
So that'd
tailings
be-
run to the tailings pile.
Yeah, and they probably in the 70s they probably had a truck sitting underneath
Yeah,
that to
yeah.
wheel it away. Over the other side of Warren there, right over the other side there, you'll see is where it actually loads, where they'd load
And
it into.
that must be part of a shaker system, that big spring.
yeah,
mechanism,
that's a
isn't
spray. The springs that you see, that's a shaker. But yeah, basically a big high banker. Works exactly the same as a sluice.
it? Yeah.
And I don't know whether there was a crushing plant there or not. I don't
Okay.
know too
So there's
much.
no stand. So it's basically a screening material.
Yeah,
And they're washing material.
yeah.
But
But
they
I-
must have a concentrate table,
Yeah.
or maybe they're just processing it and taking it away somewhere.
But I don't know whether that shed over the top of Warren's far shoulder there, that shed might have a stamper in it
Okay.
of some description, or just behind that.
We should sneak in there and have a bit of a
No,
Captain
well, of course we wouldn't.
Cook. Or
Sneak
someone
in
should
there.
sneak in there
Someone,
and have a Captain Cook.
actually,
We're going to
I've got a drone.
do it by air.
Yeah, exactly. Johnny's put up the link to that Lassiter's Bones, and I think it's only like $11
Is it?
to buy the DVD. Like it's if you're into that sort of thing, it's a phenomenal.
It's just like, it's one of the great, not just prospecting, it's one of Australia's great mysteries.
And this bloke here, this is Lassiter's son, Bob. He has got to be the most dedicated, passionate bloke.
Well, he's got his old man's reputation to clean up.
Exactly.
So
So,
it's not that it's tarnished, maybe, I don't know.
well,
Like, it was tarnished in his own time, I suppose.
yeah. So,
Do you guys use underwater detectors? Well, I have, yes. I've snorkeled with the Garrett machines, but of course, Infinium and Sea Hunter can go to 200 feet.
yeah,
I haven't got a paddy license. You
I've
have?
dived
Yeah, right,
with
yeah.
Infinium. I haven't dived with their Sea Hunter, but I think they're very similar machines. We got Central Queensland Detectorists Club here as well tonight, so very good. Matt Jennings has got us on a 60-inch TV.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's... I hope we're not too high res for you, are we?
Yeah.
You want to dumb that down a bit, mate.
You should see.
Jim Q
yourself.
reckons the Tassie Air's taking years off me. Oh, that's nice. of you,
Yeah.
mate.
You needed it.
Yeah. I know I did.
So, right. So, Francis asked a good question here. What's the difference between a 4500 and a 5000? The 5000 came out after the 4500. It's supposed to be an upgrade of the 4500.
Well, because the 4500 was an upgrade of the 4000.
Yeah, and the 4000 and 3500.
Oh, 4500 is an awesome machine.
Yeah,
Oh,
and
look-
you can get those. You can get those sent away and
Juiced
mod
right
them.
up.
Yeah. That
Plenty of people using the F1A4s, like
Yeah,
the mine detectors.
That's exactly right.
I mean, there's blokes I know using SD2000s. That was like that was the new gold rush.
Yeah. That was
Nothing wrong with
that
those
was my
parts
first
machine.
gold machine.
Yeah. And 2200s especially.
Yeah.
But everything from the extreme had a bit of an issue, I think. But the 3500, 3000 onwards,
Yeah.
you'd be familiar with it if you were using any of the Minelab machines because they're just generational or they're incremental change with a couple extra settings and that sort of stuff and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
As you get to the 5000.
Yep. So so Trudy just got in trouble for sharing too much. Good work, Trudy. Love your work.
Who should get in trouble off the other?
Oh,
Everyone else.
all the Facebook groups
Oh,
are
right.
getting a bit. I think they're a bit fed up.
We're too widespread.
I think Tony asked us. I think it was Tony where to get it from. Where to get that?
Lassiter's Bones.
Yeah, that's just on eBay. That's where I've been buying it. So.
You must. Is it an ABC thing? Oh, it's not
Yeah,
an
it's
ABC
a
shop.
local. It's a local.
So it's not an
production.
ABC shop thing. It's not like a.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah.
Umbrellant.com.au.
Okay.
Umbrella Entertainment. Maybe try there.
Oh, they have their own website. You
Yeah.
should be able to buy it online.
Yeah, but yeah, Umbrella Entertainment. You probably see it, Umbrella down there. So yeah, Luke Walker's the guy in it.
Okay.
He leads the show. So Treasure Hunters New South Wales, Central Coast Recovery Team are here.
Oh.
We've got all these people here.
Good looking Facebook groups.
Yep. Mick says he got Mick Hepburn's here.
Well, thanks for the cup, Mick.
Yep.
That's awesome.
He got one of those DVDs. It was $10 free postage on eBay. So
Okay, there you go.
So there you go. We've I think we've got that.
Okay.
Right, we got any questions
A couple
here?
of people have asked about your giveaway tonight. What's the 200i worth, and will it find gold?
$320 they are. It'll find gold.
It's a metal detector, so yes, it will find gold.
Yep.
But that comes with some. However,
So what it is, it's a fixed ground balance machine. So you can't, what that means is you can't tune the ground out. So when you go into really highly mineralised areas like the wet sand on the beach or those really heavily mineralised areas out in the gold fields, you will have to wind the sensitivity back to get it to be run stable.
Feedback from the ground.
Because you hear the ground, basically. But in saying that, was it Colleen that found one piece of gold with a 150?
250.
250.
She found a 4 grammer with a 250.
So, yes, it'll find gold, no trouble at all.
And actually, at that time, my brother-in-law, we spent all day on, we had Minelab 3500s.
Yep.
Didn't find a speck all day, and Colleen got a 4 grammer with an Ace 250.
Yeah, at $400.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's the
So,
way you walk across it.
yeah, you got to walk across it. So,
And you've got to know what your machine's telling you.
Yeah.
You know.
yeah. And, of course, to win that prize tonight, you just need to share this post until you get into trouble like Trudy did.
For oversharing.
For oversharing. But, and we're in about, we'll probably do it in about 15 minutes, 20 minutes it'll be, because we started about 10 minutes late, so we'll go about 10 minutes overtime. So in about 20 minutes time, we'll fire up the randomizer, and and we'll randomly pick a share, whoever shared the post. So that's how we do it. So Stephen here has gone to Lassiter, he's got lassiterbones.com.au.
Oh, okay.
And
You've got a
that's where you can
website.
get it. So probably best to go there and get it, sort of
Yeah.
thing. And if you go there and get it, the Luke will, the bloke who's selling it will go, why have we had this sudden
surge in sales.
surge in sales of these? We should get a cut of that.
Yeah.
So
We might be out there having to scratch around anyway. Next, mightn't we?
yeah. I've been talking to a few people that maybe we can put something together.
You might see us find Lassiter's Reef.
Maybe. You might see us driving around in circles looking for it.
Yeah.
I don't know about finding it. Geez, you
Oh,
put the
it'll
pressure
be
on.
one of those adventure videos where
Oh, yeah.
you may not find what you're looking for, but
Yeah, exactly, yeah. So,
I'm pretty sure I won't. But
no.
I won't put the mocker on us. But
it's funny that I don't care whether it's Laster's Lost Reef or a World War II site or a gold nugget I think half of the fun is in the research and the looking around and
thrill of the
this
chase.
doesn't work and
That's
yeah,
right.
exactly.
Oh, the research can be so rewarding when all the pieces come together all of a sudden.
Absolutely.
Because you can get so many tiny little pieces of information,
Yep.
especially from places like Trove. And I'd spend probably 5 or 6 hours a week on Trove. The stuff you can mine out of Trove is incredible.
Yeah, yeah.
And it might be one sentence in a newspaper article
Yep.
from 1878
Yep.
will lead you to some awesome relics. It's just incredible how you can, like an old picnic or...
Yeah.
And this old picnic was held at a certain bend in the creek on this day.
Yep.
Like, remember, like they used to always have the bank holidays.
Yep.
And everyone used to go, and you see these picnic trains going on bank holidays, and there's 3,000 or 4,000 people, everyone in the district goes to the bank holiday. If you can just ping those spots and you can get onto them, boy, you can come away with some stuff.
Well, it was only there probably a month or two ago now, where I've sent you that text with a screenshot of the.
Yeah.
They moved to town.
Yeah, they moved to town.
Because
Well, a lot of
flat
towns did
in
get
the
moved.
20s
Like
and
Claremont got moved.
Yeah.
Claremont got pushed up the hill.
Yeah, so
Well, it got pushed down the river first, and then they moved it up the hill.
stuck it back up the hill.
Yeah.
But you know that little. Where's the old town?
Exactly.
You know?
And even that's not easy to find sometimes, but you can ping an old map or a Trove article.
Yep.
And like I always say about research, the least you can find out about a site, the better.
Better. Yep. Yep.
Because if you're really struggling to find much information on a site, there's a good chance that you've got to go hard and you've got to find it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because it's going to be it's going to be a good chance that you're the first person to walk into it.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Yep. So I noticed there might be a question or two here about some of these books that the divining books.
Oh, was it?
If you didn't receive your divining book and asked for one, just send us a message and I'll get another copy out to you, sort of thing. We did end up sending out about 40 of these divining books.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you?
Yeah. I haven't got one here, but we've got a copy of it, sort of thing. So.
So you found anything divining lately?
No, I haven't pulled them out. So you and I went out and did that test.
Oh, we had targets all over the place.
Yes. It turns out I'm very talented with divining rods. I'm finding a lot of targets.
I know.
Yeah. Couldn't get them out of the ground, but yes. Yeah, so a lot of people have got the book and love reading it, sort of thing. So that's fantastic. So, yeah. So.
Oh, there's plenty of people out there divining.
Yeah.
It's sort of one of those black arts that you don't sort of give much credence to until you see it happen.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. And I'm a bit. I want to go out and do a bit more of it, sort of thing. So.
Yeah.
Right. So, what do we got?
Have you finished with Lassiter, or is it?
Oh well,
we sort of that'll tie the ends up if you get.
If you get that, you'll just be fascinated. I've watched that 6 times.
It is so interesting.
Yeah.
As a story.
Yeah.
As a bit of Australian folklore, we'll call it.
Yeah.
It's just. Well, what I was saying earlier, Ben and I were talking before the show. Even if that reef is assaying at 3 ounces to the tonne, it wouldn't have been economical to mine that in the early 1900s, given where it was.
Yeah.
Like Kalgoorlie was super remote, but this is way beyond that.
Yeah.
And there's just no transport out there even now.
It's 800 k's further on than Cal.
And how many people died getting to Kalgoorlie?
Yeah.
And they had to put that pipeline in.
Yeah.
And if you think about the Bullickies are going to charge a few quid to haul your ore back to Kalgoorlie. You know what I mean?
Oh.
Like, so it's just not going to... 3 ounces a tonne mightn't cut it, mate.
Yeah.
Like, it's just Lassiter. You might have found an awesome reef of gold, but...
But, like, when you think about the history, though, like this is how they did it.
This is the story of the trucks driving out there.
Like, can you imagine, even doing it now...
I know.
Right? Driving 1,600 kilometres.
And there were absolutely no roads or tracks.
No, like that.
They've come right across the Simpson or wherever they went.
Like
unbelievable.
Like
in a truck that's about as reliable as you know what I mean? It's just, well, they had a mechanic with them. Well, obviously, you'd have to have a mechanic with you. But a 1930 truck, I put it to you, that's not that reliable piece of transport. And imagine the tyres you'd be going through. And
particularly out in that mulga scrub.
Yeah.
Like that mulga scrub.
And you'd be
knocking it down.
There's no max tracks. You're not getting yourself out with a snatching strap.
And that mulga scrub, it's as tough as nails when it
destroy the tyre to
just,
nothing.
Yeah.
Brand new tyre gone in 10 minutes.
Yeah. But look at those vehicles.
I know.
And look, it doesn't look like they've left the bloody country, the cattle property.
I know.
That looks like pretty decent country there.
Yeah.
And they're already
bogged in the washaway. That's what I mean. How would you get through that trackless country? Like, you've got to take your hat off to them.
Yeah.
And I mean, to me, that shows that there was a lot of belief that the reef existed.
Yeah.
Just that Lassiter, you could be right. I mean, old Johansson, wherever he was from, Sweden probably.
Yeah.
He could have been a bit of a rogue too, but. And then there was talk of someone, they actually assayed samples, didn't they? But there's no record of the assay.
And I believe that was John's and the Camels, right? So when Blakeney and the guys in these vehicles give up on Lassiter, Blakely was
he's the expedition leader, wasn't he?
Yeah, he cleared out. And
with the trucks,
and they left Lassiter there with a bloke called Johns, who was I believe a prospector if I remember that correctly. But he had a heap of camels, right? And he was prospecting areas camels, right? So, and they had he brings back. Lassiter tells Johns to stay in this spot. I'll be back in a couple of days. He goes, apparently finds his reef, right? Brings back a bag full of rocks, and they assay it there. Then Johns tries to shoot him.
Oh, I see.
Right.
This is where your Snyder bullet comes into it.
Yeah.
So so you still haven't got Lassiter onto the reef yet, has he? He hasn't got there yet.
No. Well, apparently, when he was with Johns, he went to the reef and brought back these rocks, and that's what they assayed. And I think they assayed it on the spot.
Okay.
So that's why there's probably.
Well, I mean, as a piece of folklore, I mean, I knew about Lassiter's reef when I was a kid.
Yeah,
like everyone knew about Lassiter's. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Pretty amazing.
It's a Ned Kelly sort of story.
It is a Ned Kelly sort of story.
You know. So, right. So, yes, there is an old Stamper battery at Drake.
Lynn says share the info on the Warwick Detecting Day.
Yes, it will be up immediately after this show.
And share it as much as you can. We'll try to get as many people out there as we can.
Absolutely. And just so you know, what we're going to do out there is we're going to have we might have an issue with water out there, so we might not be able to do a panning demonstration.
We might be able to do a dry panning.
Dry panning thing. But we'll try and do that. We'll also talk about, we'll actually do a little bit of how to read the ground out there and what I look for. I'll probably take that one. And then we're going to set up a big area, and we're going to have a token hunt. There's a mysterious coin. Last time we did Russian coins. I haven't released the information of what coin. You don't even know what the coin is, do you?
No, I don't know anything about it.
So I'm the only one at this stage because I don't want people going, oh, he's going to do Polish coins this time.
Yeah.
Go to the shop and buy a whole stack of Polish coins.
So there's going to be prizes for the token hunters?
Yeah, prizes. Yeah. So we're getting detectors. There's panning kits. We're going to have stacks and stacks of prizes.
But we won't have food and water out there, so BYO.
Yeah, bring your own water, bring your own... it's dry out there. If you haven't been to Warwick, it's dry and hot, and, yes, be prepared. So, yes.
Might find Lassiter's reef with the rods, that's quite possible.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah, the other thing, all I can say, this is my closing comment on Lassiter.
It won't be.
It won't be my closing comment. Anyone who's been, it doesn't matter how big this reef was, anyone who's been to Central Australia or front of Australia will appreciate that, yes, you can lose stuff out there. You know what I mean?
It's a big...
You can walk past stuff and never see it ever again. It is just, goes, you don't even have to leave the East Coast. The gullies and the mountains go on forever when you're on foot.
Oh, and...
it just... And that Central Australia, it's just goes on forever.
Yeah. I mean...
his reef's 10 miles long.
There's the country that we're...
Yeah, that's right.
Just nothing country.
But every hill and every gully, and they go on and on and on, and they look the same.
So there's a lot of those. The yellow landmarks there on the Western Australian Northern Territory border are the area we're talking about. So you can't get too much further remote than than that.
Yeah.
Like, it is just in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah,
You know, there is just nothing there.
yeah.
Like, it's just, so it's,
Well, I've lent the metal detector up against a tree on Cape York and spent 3 hours looking for it. You know, this is my point. Like Australia, you can lose stuff in
Yeah.
Australia. And when you get out into that sort of stuff where you've got thousands of square kilometres, and of course, if it's in the sandy desert, you get a big windstorm one
this
winter
is-
or something,
well,
it covers it over again.
well, this is the other theory, that it's covered in sand.
Yeah, like the mahogany ship. It keeps coming back and going. Let's
Yeah.
get. We don't want to get on the mahogany ship
No,
tonight,
no.
so I won't mention it.
But we,
But
we,
yeah,
I
we
am
have got a
doing
book on
some
the mahogany ship.
preparation.
Yeah.
On,
Mahogany ship. Like
Yes.
things move around in the desert.
yeah, absolutely.
So, like, if his reef, even if it was 10 kilometres long, that's a lot, but it might only be a metre wide. Or, no, he said how wide it was, didn't he?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, it's big, but like parts of it would be exposed now and then. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah,
It wouldn't. You wouldn't have. I don't think you'd have 10 kilometres of exposed quartz reef
yeah,
all the time in a sandy desert or wherever it is.
yeah,
Like, it's got to be changing
yeah,
out there.
yeah,
So, like, my point is, I can believe that you can lose something that you found once
yeah,
out there.
yeah, absolutely. And
And a 17-year-old, forget the Johansson thing, and if Wazla sort of sitting on this reef, how does a 17-year-old in 1895 or whatever it was get his coordinates right? Because there's no army map
no,
of that part of the world then.
no. And you know,
And
you
he's
have to,
cadastral, and he's doing it with an astrolabe or whatever,
yeah, with a
or a
with
wet finger and a.
with a watch that's not accurate.
And then there's three hills over there,
Yeah,
sort of
yeah,
thing.
yeah.
And you know,
Yeah, I'll be able to find that.
if you get back bearings on hills, you only got to be a kilometre out. You're not going to find it.
No. Oh, in that Mulga country,
You're not going to find it.
you can't see anything.
You can lose your car within minutes in Western Australia.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Anyway, that's my closing comment.
Let's
on
not
most
talk
of it.
about. I don't want to talk about losing cars.
No, I don't either.
Yeah, it's all happened to us.
Okay, what about Peter wants to know what's a good metal detector for a 10-year-old?
Any really metal detector. Bounty Hunter make a good kids one, but I think you'll probably outgrow that pretty quickly.
Yeah.
This is a cracking machine. Ace 200 that we're giving away tonight. So it's a good machine.
And there's the accessory, you can get the junior shaft for it.
Yeah, the shorter shaft. Go Finds.
Go Finds. They're designed for kids.
Bounty Hunter makes one. You know, all the brands make
Right,
one. So
this is a good question. Any ticks out there? Yeah,
Yes.
heaps and heaps of ticks. Lots of ticks.
yeah, yeah.
So be prepared to get some tick bites.
So just to describe the country, there's only two things that grow out in Warwick, and that's ticks and snakes.
And brown snakes.
Yeah, right. The snakes will be too cold for the snakes, but the
ticks will be they're
the
rampant.
ticks out there. Yeah. So
Xterra is any good for gold? Xterra is a VLF machine. Like any VLF, it's going to
with a fixed ground belt.
no. You can grab on an Xterra, can't you? Yeah, you can.
you?
But they sell that gold pack for an Xterra, which has got the second coil.
Coil.
But in the end, it's a VLF.
Yeah.
So it's not going to perform like a pulse. It's got limitations.
Yeah.
It's got its assets, but it's got limitations.
Yeah.
For
Yeah.
looking for gold.
Yeah.
It's not a gold machine per se.
Exactly.
You'd be want to go if you're going in the mine lab track, you'd want to go to a gold monster, I think.
Yeah.
For
Exactly.
a VLF machine.
Yeah. Daniel's going to bring along 18,000 litre water truck and in gold founds mine to both the fuel.
Okay.
I think you might need I think you might be out of pocket there, Daniel.
Okay, so still talk of coming to Claremont. There's always talk of coming to Claremont.
Oh, absolutely.
But there's a good chance we're going to do that. I don't know if it'll be this season, but we're going to. When I was up in Mackay last weekend, there was a lot of interest in the Claremont Day, doing a Claremont Day on one of the GPAs.
Yeah.
They're keen to have it.
Yeah.
Because there's lots of people, especially at the moment with the new GPAs, heading out there with on their first time in the Gold Field.
How do I set up a machine in noisy ground? What do you look for? What don't you look for?
And like the thing is about if you take a VLF machine to the goldfields and it's your first time, if it's your first metal detector, first time you've been to the goldfields, you're going to have you're going to get a headache, and B, you're going to wonder what's going on.
Yeah. Oh, and you think this machine's
You think the machine's rubbish, and it's not the machine.
Yeah. It's the it's the bloke on the end of it.
Yes.
So
Or the lady.
yeah.
Not the lady.
Okay, it's not the lady Colin just said. Right.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
it won't be, the woman's never at fault.
Yes. And to be honest, I've said this before. Colleen's a much better detectorist than what you are.
I know.
We spend too much time sitting around the truck and chat, talking rubbish.
Colleen, she can go home at night and admire her gold sovereign and the couple of crowns and half crowns she's found.
Exactly.
What am I admiring? My 1943 penny collection. That's what I'm looking at. And they made 63 million of those.
Yeah, they made a few of them,
you don't have to be very good to find one. I reckon I've got 7 or 8 million of those 1943 pennies.
Yeah. They did make a few of them.
They did. 63 million or 68 million of them.
Yeah, something like that.
I dug most of them up in Cape York.
Yeah.
There's 8 million up there.
Yeah.
No, but you don't want to go on about it, but the women are very good metal detectors.
Oh, absolutely.
They've got more patience.
Yeah.
Especially prospecting.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, I'm guilty, everyone's guilty of running away from gold looking for gold.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you're on good gold, don't go over the next ridge and the next gully thinking there's more.
Yeah.
Stay where you are.
Yeah. I find a piece of gold and go, right, where's the run?
Yeah, where's it? Yeah, and you're 4 ridges away.
Yeah, exactly.
Why don't you hang around here and dig that up? But
Yeah.
all the great finds are found within 50 metres of the car. That's metal detecting law.
Yeah, exactly. And normally you walk over it 62 times a
You
week.
do.
You think, I'll go back and have a cup of tea, and you haven't had the machine on.
Exactly.
So, Warren from NQ Explorers, Ben from Gold Diggers. Make sure you subscribe to Warren's YouTube channel. We've only got around 10 minutes or so to share this. You've got to share this live stream. And someone will win an ACE 200 metal detector from Garrett. Yes, share away. Right, so we got anything else there on the questions?
No, get back to the Claremont day. There's been questions. We would put it this way: we'd love to take these shows into Central Victoria or even Tasmania. It'd be a great place to take it.
We've had people wanting to, talk about Victoria and South Australia. Like they want one. Someone said we're talking about one in Kalgoorlie.
Oh, that'd be
Yeah. So Tipperary.
Tipperary is fantastic. That's an awesome goldfield. I love Tipperary.
Yeah.
Tipperary is fantastic.
Yeah.
And there's lots of people, like in the winter, in the season, there's lots of people up there getting that little gold.
Yeah, and like we could do that every weekend.
You could,
but
it just goes on forever. I think there's a need for people. The forums are great, and the Facebook. Well, some of the forums are great.
Yeah.
And the Facebook pages are great, but it's just.
But how do you
find
on the ground?
Yeah.
How do I tune this machine? Yeah. How do I set it up?
And just have a chat with like-minded people.
Absolutely. And the beauty of it is, I was at the Gold Coast metal detecting thing yesterday. I haven't used it. I've had a bit of a play with the Equinox, but I didn't know how to set it up. No. But there was a bloke there who used it extensively. He knew how to set it up, and those people talk to those people, and
I really enjoy seeing other machines in operation.
Yeah.
Particularly if I watch a lot of YouTube videos, obviously. But other machines like an XP Deus or an Equinox, I don't want to just see what you're finding. I want to hear what it sounds like and see what's coming up on the screen.
Yeah. That
really interests me, that kind of stuff, because we all tend to get stuck in our own little world of the brand we're using or the one machine we're using.
Yeah.
If you've only got, not many people have heaps of machines.
No, that's right.
But it's really good to see other technology working and how the other brands display information and what they sound like, and I love all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
And that's what these days are like, because you get to see machines. Like a few years ago, I was at that we were talking earlier about Rockorama at Palmer, South Australian Metal Detecting Championships. There's a couple of guys bashing around the paddock with a White's Coin Masters.
Yeah.
These things were like new. They came out of a cardboard box that he bought it in.
Yeah.
And he found plenty of tokens and coins.
Yeah.
Like still using all those old BFO machines even. And blokes with their Garrett Groundhogs, they'd take them home, and it was like as if it was a Phase 3 GDHO Falcon. Just, you know what I mean? Yeah. Fantastic old bits of gear.
And you'll find that people that have got those machines are normally pretty good detectives because they've spent 15 years on the one machine.
I know. And they know mind you, running them against a modern digital machine, you're going to struggle. But
well, that's what I struggle with, because I really struggle to get really good at one machine, because one day I'm using a Deus, one day I'm using a Garrett, one day I'm using a Bounty Hunter.
Or you're not very good at what you do.
Well, there is that. There is that. I'm sure
I
that's
struggle.
got something to do with it. I might have to get some pointers on
Yeah,
Colleen, I think.
It's a constant struggle for me anyway. But
Yeah. But
that's the thing.
because I use a different
Yeah,
machine,
of course.
it confuses the
Yeah.
crap out of me. And
we use Garrett's, but if you're running a Pro for a few weeks and then you jump onto an ATX, you have to sort of refresh. There's only 5 buttons, but you go, hang on a minute, what's going on here?
Yeah.
So you can understand that people who only occasionally use a machine and it sits in the cupboard for most of the year.
Yeah.
I mean, the point we're making is get out and use the machine.
Yeah, exactly.
A lot.
Yeah.
Because, as you said, anyone who's got 30 years' experience on a Coinmaster or an old Minelab 17,000
Yeah.
will run rings around a bloke who's just walked out of the shop with a brand new machine.
Yeah, exactly.
Who's never been metallurgical.
Exactly. It's about you always say 20% about the machine and
Yeah.
80%
80%
about
operator.
the bloke hanging on the end.
I think I
of
say
it, or the
90%
lady.
even.
Yeah.
Or the lady, yeah.
Yeah. So, right. So, Daniel's bringing an old groundhog out to Warwick.
Oh, great.
Yeah, I'd love to see that run around.
Bit of history.
Yeah,
I want to hear that working.
Yeah.
I used to have an old D-Tex, which was a ground dog license copy. So we bought our first metal
That was
detector.
your first
machine.
Yeah.
And I want to say this, 1978, that's 40 years ago. I was very young.
I bet slightly. Yeah.
I was barely 3 years old.
Yeah.
But the thing is, that's 40 years ago. That was we couldn't afford a new metal detector. So we bought an ex-hire machine. It was beat to hell.
Yeah.
But that was the D-Tex was an American company building Garrett ground dog licensed copies.
Yep. Yeah, that's awesome sort of thing.
Yeah, I wish I had not thrown that. It stopped working and I chucked it out.
Yeah. So
Unfortunately.
we got a question there about snake gators.
Okay.
What are you doing? What are you doing about
Do you
snake gators?
do you wear snake gaiters? Probably in the winter I don't, but look, I'm really not wearing them when I should. And I've been through some long grass and seen some big snakes, but Warwick, I tend in the summer you wear snake gaiters because they're pretty aggressive.
Are you wearing them? You wouldn't be wearing them this time?
No.
This time of year?
No, I don't wear them this time of year.
Yeah. It's
It's a risky thing to do, but with that many, if you're talking about this weekend, there's going to be that many people out.
There'll be no
the
snake,
J Blacks will be all gone.
Yeah, exactly. And not only that, it's too cold for them. And as long as you're not tipping over logs or you're a bit careful where
poking
you're
your arm
digging
down
holes and all that sort of thing.
Yeah.
You're pretty sweet. Like I'm always cautious. Like that patch of gold that we found out there, the last patch of gold we found out there was a log across one corner of it. I was pretty cautious. That was in summer. I was pretty cautious about rolling that log off.
Yeah.
I rolled it off with my pick and
It's like relic hunting and ghost towns. I've had some nasty surprises under sheets of corrugated iron.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
I shouldn't be picking up sheets of corrugated iron, but you do. Yeah,
and that's where they are.
Yeah,
because
it's nice and warm and it's dry. And,
yeah, exactly.
Because Peter wants to know, should he take his batteries out of the Pro when he's not using it? I would if you're not using it for months on end, but I don't never take my batteries out, but I'm going every few days.
Yeah, I had a AT Pro sat for 12 months and the batteries just started to leak.
Okay.
So
you can do yourself some damage too.
Oh.
Okay, Chris, are you planning to come to Victoria?
Yeah.
Well, actually, I will be in Victoria. I'll be in Bendigo next month for a couple of days. So
He's talking about.
yeah, he's talking about doing a gold diggers thing now, or like a Friday night, Monday night. What is it?
Monday Night Live. See, yeah.
A field day in Victoria would be a good idea. We haven't got it on the plans, but it's in the planning. We'll call it that. There's a Claremont Day in Queensland.
Yeah. What we probably need.
We need to have another reason to go to Victoria than just that. Like you'd want to be going to a show or something.
Yeah, exactly. And
like maybe the Melbourne show or something.
Oh,
that was a bit of a. We went to that. When were we there? About 3 years ago.
Yeah. And look, the problem with those big shows is
that was a camping show.
They run for about 4 weeks, and they.
We did one in Sydney that went for 9 days.
Yeah.
Who goes to a camping show on a Tuesday afternoon at 4 o'clock?
Yeah. It's ridiculous. So, yeah.
It's the Ace weatherproof. The coil is, but the housing isn't.
Yeah.
So, but the 200 doesn't come with this, but you can get a rain cover for 200i.
Yep. I got them in stock. So if you want one, they're $30.
Okay.
So, but yes, we'd like to take the show on the road, but it's also a bit of a
the logistics of
and the budget.
The budget.
Like we need a big fat sponsor.
Yeah. We do.
Yes. So
Yeah, but what about BHP Rio Tinto? They've got a lot
yeah,
of money.
exactly.
We're
Maybe
talking
we
about
pass
mine. Yeah,
to go and find Lassiter's.
yeah. Well, they'd be happy for us to find it for them.
Yeah,
I bet
exactly.
you can bet your last dollar that someone's pegged all that ground. Like
Oh.
one of the big companies will have it.
Yeah.
They just do it
I don't think
just
there's
to
much
cover
in
it.
Australia
Not pegged.
covered.
Well, that's what they were saying when I was in Tasmania. And you blokes in Tasmania, and ladies can correct me if I was told that like the big companies are pegged the whole of Tasmania because Tasmania's so rich in minerals and all sorts of mining materials.
Yeah.
It's all pegged.
Yeah.
It's all under it's all under lease.
Yeah.
But of course, there's all sorts of green issues, World Heritage, laid on top of that.
Yeah.
There's whole areas of Tasmania no one's ever going to mine anymore.
Yeah, and native title.
Native
and
title.
blah, blah, blah.
But like especially northwest Tasmania and northeast Tasmania. Northeast Tasmania is big, like all the old tin mines.
Yeah.
Like all that stuff was hydraulically sluiced in the 1880s. Like you can imagine what it did to the country.
Yeah.
It's all grown back now because it grows back in 10 minutes.
Yeah.
But in Tassie.
Yeah.
But boy, oh boy, those big monitors just blew mountains away down there.
There's one for sale at the moment on Gumtree.
Oh, is
a
it?
big monitor.
Oh, that'd be handy.
Yeah.
Take it out to Warwick.
Yeah.
See if your faucet
It
can
didn't come
hold
with
the
a pump. It didn't come with a pump, just the cannon.
You need a
So,
hell of a pump.
Daniel asked whether I do covers for the GPX 5000s. I don't. Triple X leather craft in Bendigo, I think they are. They do some really nice covers. Have a look at them.
Like canvas stuff and that.
Canvas
Or
and leather and
Oh,
yeah. So I don't do the covers for them at the moment. So
I think they do a really good cover. I've seen some good covers for SDC 2300s.
Yep.
Canvas ones.
Yep.
Really
Yep.
good. And because they fold down into a canvas kit bag kind of thing.
So
Yeah. Bit like the ATX soft case, but canvas.
Righto, so let's put a time on this. You have 1 minute left to share this stream before I run the randomizer.
It's going to build up a head of steam.
Yes, Ace 200. I'll contact you straight after the show. It'll go out tomorrow, and you'll have heaps of fun with that. And then while we're just waiting for that randomizer to warm up, Warren from NQ Explorers, there's the logo somewhere there. Make sure we go and subscribe to the channel after the show.
YouTube channel.
The YouTube channel.
So we'll have a video out tomorrow
Yeah, and there's some phenomenal videos there.
where Colleen outdoes me again.
You can. Oh, really?
Yeah.
You must be getting used to it.
She finds a sunbaker that I'd missed.
Yeah.
It's not gold we're talking about, but
Yeah.
all will be revealed.
Yes. So, Double D leather
okay.
canvas at Bendigo. That's who I'm talking about. So, Double D leather, close to Triple X.
Well, they let us,
Yeah. So,
but they're either end of the alphabet.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Right. So, time is up. I'll run this randomizer now. Right. Margaret
Oh, Margaret.
from Karratha.
Oh, going to WA.
Going to WA. So congratulations, Margaret. I'll contact you straight after the show, and we'll, and I'll send that out to you tomorrow. So I think that's everything for tonight's show. There's loads of questions we didn't get to, guys. It's not because we're ignoring you. It's just because,
We rabbit on about too much other stuff.
we do
No, there's lots to there's
stacks to cover, sort of thing. So
and we do get a lot of questions, the same question all the time.
yeah, exactly.
But they'll be covered. We'll get to those.
Yeah. So, okay, folks, thanks very much for joining us tonight, and we'll see you on Sunday
Yep.
if you're coming out to Warwick, and then we'll have a fantastic show